Hey guys, welcome to another math video. For this video, I'll be talking about complementary and supplementary angles. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing. Got a few examples to go through, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so complementary angles, to put it simply, is the sum of two or more angles that add up to 90 degrees. And that's the basics of it. So you need to have at least two angles. Okay, if you got one angle, then it's just the right angle. Okay, so basically this is the basics here. So you see here we got at least two angles. They both combine to form a right angle. Okay, right angles are 90 degrees in measure. So complementary angles are two or more angles that add up to 90 degrees. So here's an example. Let's go through it. So find the measurement of the missing angle. So we got two angles. According to this right here, this tells us this is a right angle, so these two form complementary angles. So to find the missing angle measure, all you need really to do is subtract 62 degrees from 90 degrees. That's really all there is to it. Okay, so that's your basic problem. So this one here is a little bit more complicated, but you still tackle it in the same way. The first thing you need to do is you need to solve for your missing variable. Okay, so we got three angles here. This tells you that they all combine to make a right angle. So if I add all these together, I should get them, they should equal to 90 degrees. Alright, so now we just combine like terms. Okay, isolate the variable, subtract 3 from both sides, and then solve for the missing variable. So then divide both sides by 3. Okay, so now we got the value for the variable. Now we're going to substitute that in for each angle and find out what the measure of each angle is. Okay, so we'll start off with x plus 3. So x is 29, so we add that to 3. First angle here is 32 degrees. Now we'll do the second one here, x minus 1. 29 minus 1, because x was 29 that we found, so second angle is 28 degrees. And the last angle. Okay, so substitute in for x, and then simplify. And that's our third angle. Okay, so it doesn't get that much easier than that, guys. Okay, so that's complementary angles. Now we'll go into supplementary angles. So supplementary angles are the sum of two or more angles that add up to 180 degrees. And you might get confused at first, and sometimes it takes a while for it to click. But the way I remember it is like this. C comes before S in the alphabet. So on the Cartesian plane, you would hit 90 degrees before you hit 180 degrees. So since C comes before S, 90 comes before 180, you would associate C with 90 and S with 180. That simple. Okay, so here's at least two angles that add up to 180 degrees. So 180 degrees, generally you see it as a straight line. Yeah? Okay, so let's take a look at an example. So find the measure of the missing angle. So kind of like that first example we have for complementary angles, these two angles form a straight line, which makes these supplementary angles, and supplementary angles add up to 180 degrees. So to find this angle, we just subtract 118 from 180. And that's our missing angle. Pretty simple. Okay, so let's do one that's a little bit more complicated. Okay, so now we got three angles again. So these three angles form a straight line when they're all combined, so it's safe to say that these are supplementary angles. So if I add all these angles up together, I know that they'll equal 180. So I can do this to start off with. Okay, so from here, combine like terms. So I got like terms, then I'll isolate the variable, subtract 10 from both sides, and then solve. So I'm going to divide both sides of my equation by 17 to get x by itself. Okay, so from here, we'll just find all the angles. So start off with the first angle here, substitute in for x, and then simplify. So the first angle, 50 degrees. Okay, and then we'll do that to the second angle. Substitute in for x, and then simplify. So my second angle here is 46 degrees, and then my last angle here. Substitute in, simplify, and that's my third angle. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. So complementary and supplementary angles. If you need to go back and look over the examples again, feel free to rewind. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.